Yo, what's going on, guys? And today, you guys know we are starting the play-in tournament predictions. We started this series last year where we do a prediction video for every matchup of the playoffs. So before we start today's video, let me break down how these videos work. The way these videos work is I'm going to discuss both teams, the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks, on how both teams can win. And then at the very end of the video, I will give my prediction on who will be the winner. So I want to hear right now in the comment section, who do you think will win the play-in matchup between the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks? Whoever wins this game will be the 7th seed. Whoever loses this game will then play the winner of the 9 and 10 seed, which is between the Chicago Bulls and Toronto Raptors. Now, the first thing you guys should know about this is the Miami Heat this season have a 3-1 record against the Hawks, with the Hawks only win coming against the Heat on January 16th, 2023, in a 121-113 win for the Hawks. And the Heat have been one of the best three-point shooting teams since the All-Star break. So let's talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts. We're on the way to 20,000, and let's get right into it. Obviously, I cannot predict the future. And if you're trying to place money, don't use me as someone who's going to accurately determine who will win the 2023 NBA play-in tournament matchup between the Atlanta Hawks and Miami Heat. However, I can provide some insight on the strengths and weaknesses of both teams and their key players. The Atlanta Hawks, led by Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and Quinn Snyder, have started to show some strides over the past few weeks with Quinn Snyder as their head coach. I heard on a podcast recently from The Athletic that Trae Young is meant for playoff basketball. The style of play, yes, I know it seems like teams have figured him out, but his style of play is the reason why this team went on to a conference finals run a few seasons ago. Because when Trae Young gets hot, he's one of those players who gets hot and is hard to stop. He can take over games as he's an exceptional playmaker and scorer, with his ability to create for himself and his teammates. Then we bring in DeJounte Murray, on the other hand, a solid two-way player who can defend multiple positions and contribute offensively either as a playmaker or a scorer as well. Then you have Quinn Snyder, the head coach of the Hawks. The man's a brilliant strategist and can adjust his game plan to exploit the weaknesses of his opponents. And what we expect the lineup for them to run in the playoffs, obviously, starting lineup more than likely is going to look along the lines of DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, and Clint Capella, with the rest of the bench being made up of more than likely, in my opinion at least, Onyeka Okongwu, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Saddiq Bey. Did I say it? Yeah, Onyeka Okongwu, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Saddiq Bey, and this is where it gets a little tough because it seems like AJ Griffin's kind of in Quinn Snyder's doghouse. So depending on the matchup, we'll either have Jalen Johnson or AJ Griffin, and that's probably going to be the 10-man rotation. I don't expect anybody else really to play, with AJ Griffin and Jalen Johnson being the 9th and 10th guy off the bench. The main rotation off the bench is Onyeka Okongwu as the backup front court for either John Collins or Clint Capella. Bogdan will be the backup for Trae Young and whatever position they need 1 through 3. Similar thing for Saddiq Bey, but 2 through 4. And that's where I think the Hawks, where they're going to have this, two-way team transition that's going to be able to run teams. But let's talk about the Miami Heat. On the other hand, they're a team built for the playoffs. Led by Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, and Bam Adebayo, the Heat have a roster full of versatile and physical players like my man Caleb Martin. All right, you got the shooter Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, dog. Kevin Love, the best charge drawer in the league. All right, and they still have Cody Zeller, and Duncan Robinson can get hot if they ever play him. They have these players who can defend multiple positions and guys who can score in a variety of ways. Butler is a dog. Butler is a clutch performer who can take over games in the fourth quarter. While Lowry, with whatever juice he has left in the tank, he's still somewhat of a savvy point guard who can control the tempo of the game and knock down threes. Then you got Bam Adebayo, one of the most complete defensive players in the league. is a dominant force on both ends of the court, can score in the post and all over, except from three, and defend the rim. Both teams have their strengths and weaknesses, and it will ultimately come down to who can execute their game plan better on both ends of the court. The Hawks will need Trae Young to continue to be more efficient this season. He needs to get to that elite level we've seen him in the playoffs before. While DeJounte Murray will need to also step up and provide a lot of support. While Quinn Snyder will need to devise a game plan that can slow down the Heat's offense and exploit their weaknesses on defense. For the Heat, Jimmy Butler will need to be his best in crunch time. While Kyle Lowry, with whatever juice he has left in tank, has to control the tempo of the game to be played at the Heat pace and knock down shots from beyond the arc, while Bam Adebayo has to do his thing and dominate both ends of the floor and provide that physical presence on defense. In conclusion, the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks matching up in the 2023 NBA Play-In Tournament will be an exciting one. Both teams have their strengths and weaknesses, and it'll ultimately come down to which team can execute their game plan better. It's impossible to predict an outcome of a game with certainty, but one thing's for sure, it will be a thrilling game for basketball fans around the world. So, who do I choose to win? I love the Atlanta Hawks, but I have to give this to the Miami Heat. And that's because Jimmy Butler's a dog. And I still believe the Hawks will be the 8th seed. I think the Hawks will beat whoever is the winner of the Raptors Bulls and will be the 8th seed playing the Milwaukee Bucks. But the Miami Heat will be the 2nd seed will be the 7th seed playing the 2nd seed Boston Celtics. So that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me, am I wrong? Am I right on who I thought was going to win this NBA Play-In? Maybe we'll see in who will win this in a few weeks or in a week or two. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. I think it's definitely going to be interesting, and I don't know. It's definitely, hit that like and subscribe button, guys. We're on the way to 20,000 subscribers. It means the world that you got if you're still watching this video. And yeah, so that's where we're gonna go. Hey, look, it's funny how the NBA season has flown by. All right, flown by so quickly. I'm a peace out. Love y'all, every single one of you.